Well, what do you know? Enzo Fernandez is back on the talking terms to coming to Chelsea. Now, it looks like we will be spending around $100 million plus a player with our new bid for this player, which still seems remarkable, incredible that we're going to be spending this much money in this transfer window. But if you did see my last video, we talked about how Chelsea have been just changing the whole dynamic of the transfer window. After this window, there will only be a 5-year deal plan where you can only spend that much on a player. Yes, you can give them a longer contract, but everything has to be paid within 5 years. So that means Chelsea are most likely going to go crazy with 7 days left in the transfer window. And Enzo Fernandez is going to be that player that they're most likely going to splash the most cash for the rest of this transfer window. Now, I know there are other players that we are looking at bringing in, but I believe Enzo's probably going to be our highest client that we're going to try to bring in because he is so dynamic. Yes, I know he's really young yet. He hasn't played a whole lot. He went to Benfica about 6 months ago, and the fact that we're looking at possibly bringing this guy in with really not too much prior history, had a phenomenal World Cup, I will agree with that, but we still do not know the extent of how well he will play in all competition, especially in the Premier League, which we've talked about before, is a very difficult league to adapt to. And again, we may see some troublesome for some of the players we've been bringing in, especially if it does take longer because we are doing a rebuild. Now, that being said, though, I still think Enzo Fernandez will be a good signing for this club because what he offers is versatility to our midfield because he can play defensive mid, he can play as an attacking mid, play on the wing, he can pretty much play everywhere. Not that he's suited in all those positions, I wouldn't probably throw him in all those positions, but he does give us that capability of playing in different roles for us in case we need to, in case we need to change the formation, which Graham Potter possibly will be doing in the near future, or even mid-match during a game where we need to change the formation. We can keep Enzo on and kind of rotate him around to play a different role in the pitch. And that is massive for our club right now because a lot of the players that we have right now are very stagnant and can only play one position. Yes, you can rotate them a little bit, but still what's going to happen is we don't get the fluidity that we need in our midfield or in the entire pitch, which does cause problems, which Graham Potter has noticed this, and that is why we're going out and spending all this cash. So with that being said, then, I do see us getting him by the end of this transfer window. The 31st will be the last day for us to bring players in. I don't think he's going to be the last player either. I think there's a few other players. I know we mentioned this. We still need a right back. Reece James isn't going to be fully fit for this entire season. I have a feeling we're going to need a backup, not just Azpilicueta. So again, a right back and possibly another CDM. I know there's been a few talks with Caicedo and with a new agent. We will see what happens. But right now, Enzo seems to be the main target for Chelsea right now. $100 million plus a player. I have a feeling it's going to be Ziyech if I had to take a wild guess. But we don't really know what player it will be that we're going to offer. But really, if Benfica see this offer, it would almost be comical not to accept this. I understand the player themselves that they have there, but really, they barely spent any money to bring this player in about 6 months ago, and to make almost that much money off a player, plus bringing in a pretty solid player as well, whether it is Ziyech or a different player, makes total sense for this club to accept that. We will see what happens, but really, Chelsea are trying to dictate this transfer window and try to bring this whole new club to a whole new season because with Todd Boehly, things have changed quite a bit, and I'm kind of liking this for the most part. We are obviously rebuilding with all these younger players, but we do have a bright future with all these young players. So again, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate that. It helps get this video to more and more fans such as yourself, and I will see you in our next video.